Hey everyone, today I'm beginning to celebrate 2 years of being a doll collector, so I wanted to take a little walk down memory lane and share with you some of my doll collecting firsts. So, my first doll, my first Rainbow High doll, my first Monster High, my first reroute, stuff like that. Hopefully you get the idea and hopefully you will find this interesting. I think as a collector, a lot of times when we get our first anything, it's a special moment. It's a memory that we hopefully will not forget. So I thought this could be fun. Now, before I begin sharing my doll collecting firsts, I would love to challenge you to do the same and share some of your doll collecting firsts. I was recently introduced to a website that is dedicated to collecting and sharing your collection and sharing your memories with your collection. It is called Mimoa.app, and I've already started sharing some of my collection on there. I still have so much more to share, but I would love to see all of your collections. So many of you love to tell me about your dolls in the comments, and I wish that I could actually see them. So if you would like, I challenge you to join Mimoa.app and get started by sharing some of your doll collecting first. Now, the creator of Mimoa and I thought it would be fun to do this little challenge and then create a little video highlighting some of your doll collecting first. So if you think you'd like to be a part of that video, if you do join Mimoa and if you do start posting, please use the hashtag FIRSTS with Mimoa, so that way we know that you're comfortable with us sharing some of your posts, and of course your username will be in the post, so we will be crediting you in your pictures. I also created a little tutorial on how you can join and then upload photos to Mimoa, because of course sometimes when you're using a brand new platform you're not familiar with, it can be helpful to see the process and see a little walkthrough. So I uploaded that to my Instagram, and I'll upload it on here to YouTube Shorts as well. So with all of that being said, let's finally get into my doll collecting first. So of course we have to begin where it all started. These two dolls right here are the first dolls that I got when I began collecting 2 years ago. This one was actually first. She was the first one to arrive at my door. She was the first one that I opened. She was the first one that I unboxed and recorded and uploaded to YouTube. So there are lots of special memories with this doll, but this doll is just as important because she's the companion piece to this doll. So obviously this is Ashley and Mary-Kate Olsen. These are the very first ever Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen dolls to be released, and they came out in the year 2000. Okay, next is actually a first from my childhood. So of course 2 years ago was not the first time that I ever owned a doll. Luckily, I was very fortunate and my parents did buy me dolls when I was a kid. And my favorite dolls were the Mary-Kate and Ashley dolls. That is why those two were the first ones that I bought when I decided to begin collecting as an adult. But I still have my very first Mary-Kate and Ashley doll from my childhood. She's not wearing her original outfit, and her head is, yeah, her head broke off and she's actually bald. This is a wig that I made when I was a kid, and I'm trying to, I apologize, this is terrifying, but her face was really stained, so I was trying to clean her up. I colored her hair black with a Sharpie, so there was a lot of staining on her face, and I created this outfit when I was a kid. This doll came out in the year 2001, so it very likely could have been around that time, maybe 2002, when I got this doll, and I still have all of her original outfit. I still have her original shoes, almost all of her original accessories. So I apologize that she does look pretty terrifying right now, but she's very special and very sentimental. And like I said, today's all about those important memories, our important firsts, and she is a very important first, a doll to remember, if you will. Oh, and that doll, of course, is Ashley from the Sweet 16 collection. Okay, next is also something from my childhood. My very first Mycene doll. This is one of two Mycene dolls that I owned as a kid. I don't know why I only owned two, but this was the first one I got. This is Swapping Styles Noli. Now, the head is not original from my childhood. So the Swapping Styles, if you don't know, this part pops off and she comes with two other heads, and I do actually have her other two original heads. One of them is bald, the other one got a haircut, but the outfit is original from my childhood. So again, very sentimental, and I'm so happy that I still have her. But yes, I did recently repurchase this head, and I did repurchase all the other two heads because mine are not in great condition. So I will be taking those new ones and piecing them back together and giving them a nice little spa day. So keep an eye out for a Mycene video where we do this girl, hopefully soon. Okay, next is another first from my childhood, and I actually have to admit, I might be lying. I really do not remember my first Bratz doll. When I was a kid, I had a lot of Bratz because my cousins had Bratz, my sisters had Bratz, so I genuinely do not remember the first Bratz doll I ever owned in my life. But this is the first Bratz doll that I truly remember going to the store and picking out. This, of course, this is, again, all from my childhood except the skirt I did have to repurchase, but this is Treasures Chloe. Yes, she does have a haircut. If you recall, in 2009, 2008, Lady Gaga had that bob haircut, like in the Paparazzi music video. Yeah, she had her hair in this bob haircut, this very short bob. So of course in 2008, this is what I was doing with my dolls, and I was pretending that she was Lady Gaga. And I gotta say, I don't really hate it. I think the bob is kind of cute. I do want to add some extra plugs into her hair and fix her thatch because her part line is a mess, but other than that, I think she's in pretty decent condition. Like the outfit, like I said, the skirt is a replacement, but the shoes, the leggings, everything, the jewelry are all original from my childhood. We do need to touch up her lips. I remember when I was a kid, I tried touching up her lips with like maybe a marker or paint or something, but her eyes, I think her eyes look really cute. But the memory I have with this doll is I was in Myrtle Beach with my family. We must have been on spring break because I remember it was around Easter time. And I remember just going to, it must have been a souvenir shop or some kind of like convenience store that just sells a lot of stuff. And they had this girl and I picked her out, and I remember being in the car, and I remember Rihanna's SOS was like all over the radio at this time. And I feel like I remember being in the car after we bought her, SOS was on the radio, and I was opening her, and it was one of the greatest moments of my life. Yeah. This doll, so many important memories, and I do think it's fair to say that she is my first Bratz doll, because the other Bratz in my childhood, they might have been my sisters or my cousins or my neighbors that somehow ended up in my collection. So this right here is also one of my first Bratz boys. I think I did get him and Dylan at the same time, but I do just remember this is Cameron, right? And this is exactly him, the same doll, the same outfit from my childhood. Nothing here has been replaced. This is all original from my childhood, but he's in rough condition. And of course, I did give him a haircut. His flocking is shedding, but he is very, very cute, and I'm glad that I've got all of his, almost all of his original pieces. Like, I think he's missing his belt, he's missing his white tank top underneath, but I do have most of his second outfit as well. So I think it's fair to say that these are among my first ever Bratz dolls. Now, something that I did not ever have as a child and only got recently was Monster High. So this is my first ever Monster High doll. Of course, we've got G3 Venus, and the reason why she was my first Monster High doll is because I love how vibrant she is. I love these colors, the green and the pink, and her outfit is kind of edgy, kind of punk, and I think it's so much fun, and I love her curly twists as well, and her accessories are cute too. Her little bag and her, what is it, botany accessories? Yeah, I did a whole video on her, so go check that out if you'd like to see it. Another thing, of course, that I did not have as a child was Rainbow High, and this right here is my first ever Rainbow High doll. We've got Tiara Song. I picked her out because I do love a good musical pop star theme when it comes to dolls, and also, I love how shiny her top is with the little rhinestones, her jacket. Also, purple is one of my favorite colors, so she really is everything I would want in a Rainbow High doll. She is so spectacular. Her long hair is incredible. I remember when I opened her, I was so impressed with the quality because she was my first Rainbow High, so I had not experienced this level of attention to detail and quality before, and I was so shook with her hands and the hand mold. I remember she's so gorgeous and still probably my favorite Rainbow High doll in my collection so far. So like I said, I love a pop star theme. I love a good musician when it comes to dolls, but also when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Brandy's Cinderella. So when I began collecting 2 years ago, I knew that I immediately needed to get one of the Brandy dolls, and this was the first Brandy doll that I got, but she's also the first celebrity doll that I got if we're not including Mary-Kate and Ashley. They're taking the place for first doll. She's taking the place for first celebrity doll. But here she is. She's so gorgeous. I think that Mattel did such an incredible job with the Brandy face mold. And again, this outfit is incredible. I love a good shimmer. We've got the shimmery pants and the top, the fuzzy collar at the neck, and her shimmery makeup is so beautiful, and she's got these nice gold shoes too. And of course, I did a video when I opened her, and she's the first ever Brandy doll to be released. But we could have actually gotten Brandy as Cinderella back in 1997 or 1998. I don't know when they would have released it, but sadly she was scrapped. So this girl right here did not come out until I think 1999. Sometime around then. Could you imagine if we'd gotten Brandy as Cinderella? That would have been my first ever Brandy doll, because I would have gotten her when I was a kid. And now I can proudly say that I own every single Brandy doll ever. There's only 5 of them, so. All right here, I've got my first ever Silkstone Barbie. This is, of course, the first Barbie Fashion Model Collection doll to be released when Barbie Fashion Model Collection made its comeback in 2024, I believe. So this is the Sapphire something. But I also do love blue, so I was really excited to get her. I love her like little blazer cape that she's got on, and her blue hair is gorgeous, and also her face. This is also, I guess, my first doll using the classic Barbie face mold. The original, the Silkstone face mold. Now, switching back to something from my childhood, right here I have my first memory of buying a Britney Spears doll, and this outfit is from that exact doll. So again, I'm pretty sure I did not have a lot of Britney Spears dolls when I was a kid. I know I had the tour bus. I also had one of the shorter 6-inch Britney Spears dolls, but this doll, the outfit that she's wearing, came from the first Britney Spears doll that I remember buying. I remember going to the store and picking her out, and then being in the car afterwards and taking her out of the box, and she came with this like pink fuzzy bracelet, snap-on bracelet thing, and her outfit has still survived. I love this turquoise. Like I said, I also love blue. So this turquoise is gorgeous, and the fringe is so much fun. The doll that is wearing this outfit, of course, is not my first Britney Spears doll, but this is my first ever reroute. So the first time I ever tried a reroute, this is her, and I think she came out pretty decent. Of course, I gave her these little crimpy waves in her hair, but I do want to do more reroutes in the future because rerouting is really therapeutic. So on the topic of Britney Spears, this right here is my first 1/12 scale doll. Now, like I said, I did have one of these as a kid. I had the Oops, I Did It Again one and her red outfit, and I still have that outfit. The doll, I do not have, but the outfit I do still have, so I would like to use it eventually. But this was the first 1/12 scale doll that I got when I began collecting about 2 years ago, and since then I have quite a lot of 1/12 scale dolls. Of course, everything I've shown so far are 1/6 scale. Meanwhile, this girl right here is about 6 inches, putting her in that 1/12 scale world. Next, we have my first Jean Marshall doll, who's also my first 16-inch doll, or larger than 1/6 scale doll. My friend Kaylin gifted me this doll. She's incredible. This Jean Marshall doll is wearing the Crimson Sun fashion pack, which I love so much. I love this beachy look, her little skirt wrap, and she's got this adorable woven bag with the matching hat. And I just remember when I was opening her, how blown away I was with her beauty and her extremely demure and aloof face. And I was also really impressed with the shoes too. I was like struggling to tie them up and get them on. Now right here, I've got my very first OMG doll. My mom actually gifted me her. And of course, this doll is so much fun. She's got everything I love. She's colorful, she's vibrant. I love the blue hair, the pops of gold all over her outfit, and these accessories. And I was really, really surprised. Again, my first time opening an OMG doll, I loved the surprises. Probably one of my first like semi-blind box surprise dolls, but I was not expecting her to have like the outfit underneath, the little bikini top and the panties that she's got on underneath. That was a surprise to me. So I was very impressed with the quality. Again, like these chain shoulder straps, all the different jewelry pieces. I had a lot of fun opening her. And she's extra special because she was a gift from my mom. Next, we've got my very first Disney limited edition 17-inch dolls. I got these both at the same time. They were a gift from my friend Robbie. So Robbie, thank you so much. But here we've got this Elsa. She's wearing her outfit from the second Frozen movie. I love the sequins underneath. She's got this dress that has these sequins, and I feel like it's this really gorgeous little hidden detail because you don't notice the sequins right away at first, but they are there and they're gorgeous. And the embroidery on like the belt and down here on the bottom of her dress and her little cape and the back of the dress too, absolutely stunning. But we've also got this Tiana right here who is still in her box, and I'm so afraid to take her out because I love the way her ruffles are placed in the box. I think it looks so gorgeous. But I love her 1920s look, and again, the detail on that dress, like the embroidery, and I love this shade of green. I feel like I don't have many dolls wearing green. And her shoes are also very cute, but the sleeves, like the detail on the sleeves, those little cutouts are so cool. So I don't know if I can bring myself to open her. We shall see. All right, this next one might be a little random, but at the same time, not really. I'm sure many people are familiar with Integrity Toys. I do not have any modern, recent Integrity Toys dolls. They are so expensive, but they are stunning, and I believe that they are worth their price point. I do have a vintage doll by the company Integrity Toys. We've got Jana right here. This is, I think it's called Future World Jana, and I love these Jana dolls, and I don't remember the first time I learned about Jana, but of course, the first time I ever saw a Jana doll, little did I know, was when I was watching Life Size as a kid. Of course, they used the Jana doll as the base for Tyra Banks in her doll form in the movie Life Size. But I really love these vintage Jana dolls. I mean, they're only vintage as of like 20 to 25 years ago, so not extremely vintage, but I do think so many of them are cute. Sadly, they can be a little pricey as well, but this one I did buy her out of box, and she was in need of a lot of help, so I did have to do some touch-ups on her, but I think she came out really great, and she's so much fun. I love this futuristic vibe that she is giving, and she's very, very Y2K. Next, I've got my first real vintage dolls from the 60s, my vintage Ken and my fashion queen Barbie. So Ken, if you watch my videos, hopefully you saw recently, we did give him a restoration. He was very dirty when I first found him with my mom in Michigan at an antique store. And then this girl right here, I just bought her on eBay because I thought she was in really good condition, and I had her outfit, which is not in great condition, so I might rebuy her outfit, but she's wearing this Suburban Shopper, which is in pretty good condition. It just needs to be cleaned up, but I'm excited to do a whole restoration. She doesn't really need much. She just needs her head painted, and I might make some wigs for her. I did order her actual wigs, I think, and yeah, oh, and she's also got, she has a screw in her neck, so I did order some plastic screws to replace this metal one because it has rusted over the years. I bet you someone's parent probably fixed this doll for them and thought that a screw would be a good neck peg, and it's worked. You know, the head is staying on, but it's a little rusty, so we'll have to fix it up. Next, I've got my first Lea Chan. This girl right here was gifted to me by my incredible friend Ken, so thank you, Ken. She is so gorgeous. Her bubblegum hair is so adorable. It does need a little bit of a brush, but nonetheless, she's adorable. This pleated skirt is super cute, and I did put her, she didn't have shoes, so I put her in these Mary-Kate and Ashley Mary Jane shoes. If you recognize, you probably can't see them, but those shoes back there are the same ones as these right here. I'm not too sure exactly what Lea this is, so if you know, let me know. I should probably ask Ken because I'm sure he would know. Also gifted to me from Ken is my first Jenny doll, and this striped suit is so incredible. And the zebra print tie, I love this. It reminds me so much of like Andy Sachs going to work in Devil Wears Prada. Of course, glam Andy Sachs. Yeah, I mean, she's obviously very office chic, and her hair is incredible. I mean, these Jenny dolls have the best saran hair. It is so silky, it is so shiny, it is perfect, and she's got great articulation as well. Next is the first doll that I bought while traveling on vacation in another country. I know that's a very, very random category, but it's a special memory to me. It's also my very first doll from this iconic toy company, Gochi Presosi. I don't know, but they had a store in Italy, in Milan, and that is where I got this doll. This is a unique eyes dolls. I got two of them actually, and the other one, I have no clue where she is. My collection is so disorganized, so I'll insert a photo of her because I actually like her outfit better, and I unboxed her. But this girl's really cute too. She comes with these tattoos, and it's kind of creepy. Like, the eyes are kind of creepy, but they're meant to follow you. At the same time though, I think she's very cute and something different. I really wanted to get a special souvenir from Italy. I'm half Italian, so this is special. Next is my first Precure doll. This is also a gift from my friend Ken. And again, obviously, what do I love about it? The colors are so much fun. The blue hair, the rainbow skirt. And I think this is also my first doll from the toy company Bandai. So there you go, that's a whole nother category, right? But she is adorable. I love her little ears up there. Next, I want to show you my first American Girl doll item. Sadly, I don't have any actual American Girl dolls, but I do have one of these. I'm sorry, I don't feel like bringing it right here onto this table, but this is my first American Girl anything. This is one of the Illuma rooms. I believe it's just called like the purple bedroom or something, but I think it is so cute. I remember when I was a kid wanting these Illuma rooms so bad. I didn't have any. My sisters didn't have any. My sisters had some regular American Girl dolls, but I remember one of my neighbors had the barn, the horse stable Illuma room, and I thought it was so cool. And I remember seeing them in all of those American Girl catalogs, and I just wanted them so badly. So I knew that I had to get these. Now, as an adult collector, this was my first American Girl purchase. Next, we've got another bigger doll. This is my first Tyler Wentworth doll, and she was also a gift from Ken. She's got this gorgeous blonde ponytail. She's like a New Year's doll, I remember. I don't remember the exact name, but it was some kind of New Year's celebration. She even came with a little champagne bottle and glasses, and it's so cute. But she's wearing this silver dress, and she reminds me of Cinderella. She reminds me of Cinderella wearing her silver dress. Next, right here, I've got my first Disney doll. Technically, she's Disney by Mattel. Of course, this is 1991 Cinderella, and I think she was the very first Cinderella Disney doll that Mattel released. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she was. Her dress can transform into her wedding gown, and she was also one of the first dolls that I tried doing a hair makeover, fix up on. Out of the box, her rubber band had been broken and her hair was a little bit of a mess. So I tried my best. Her updo is crazy. It is very, very big. I probably need to redo this at some point, but right now I don't feel like it. And I think she's so cute, so nostalgic, so I mean, 90s Mattel Disney dolls are some of my favorite dolls, but this was my first Disney princess, my first Disney doll that I got when I began collecting. Okay, another bigger doll. We've got my first Madame Alexander. Not your typical Madame Alexander, what you think of when you think of Madame Alexander dolls, but we've got this girl right here who has this beautiful kind of auburn reddish hair. She's got that longer strand down there because I'm assuming her hair was in some kind of ponytail, and that must have been some kind of wraparound piece. But I do love her skirt. It is so big and voluminous, and her little belly piercing is very cute. And then her little knitted turtleneck crop top short sleeve shirt, and she has really cool shoes too. And she was also a gift from Ken. Next, I have my first Porcelain doll, who is also probably my tallest doll. This is by Rusty. I believe her name is Vegas, or Vegas Showgirl. She's incredible. Her sequins are so beautiful. This like champagne pink is absolutely stunning. Her feather headpiece, the hand pieces too with the sequins and the little, like there's also those little pearly details on there too. She's so detailed and so gorgeous. And this doll was also a gift. She belonged to one of my mom's friends. His name is Chris. This doll belonged to his mom, Barbara, and I'm very happy and very lucky that I get to say this is my first porcelain doll. Next, I've got my very first and only vintage original Gem and the Holograms doll. Her shoe is falling off. I very recently did a whole video with her and the new Gem and the Holograms doll, but this is my very first Gem and the Holograms doll from 1986, so she's very, very special. I would love to get more of these Gem and the Holograms dolls, so we shall see. Next, I've got my very first Bob Mackie doll. This was also a gift from my friend Terry, so thank you, Terry, for giving me my first Bob Mackie. This is Sterling Silver Rose, and I also have not unboxed her because she looks so great in this box. I love, again, you know I love purple, so I do love the background of this box, but her updo is so incredible and so Bob Mackie. I love these wild, quirky, over-the-top Bob Mackie hairstyles. I'm sorry you can't see it super well, and I apologize for the glare, but she's also got this really cool velvet fabric on her dress too. I think a part of me would like to unbox her someday because I feel like she'd be really easy to place back inside the box, so we'll see. But I do love the artwork here on the front too. Next, this is my first ball jointed doll. My first doll that was like fully strung everywhere, and this was so new to me. My first doll that I ever had to put the eyes in myself, which was a little stressful, but you know, as you get used to it, it becomes a little easier. But she's from Kika Goods. She actually came in a box with a few other dolls. This one right here though is one of my favorites because I love the pastel. I love the pink to purple to blue. I think it's so cute, and I love the apron and the ruffles on her skirt. She's got this big bow here in the back, but I love these pastel colors. Okay, well, I'm exhausted. I think that's enough. I think that is a lot of doll collecting firsts for me. Now, again, I really want to know some of your firsts, and it doesn't have to be like my first 17-inch doll, my first 112 scale doll. It could be like, if all you collect is Monster High, it could be your first Cleo. It could be your first Abby, your first G1, your first Skeletor. There's so many firsts that you could have within any niche in the doll collecting world. So if you'd like, please go check out Mimoa and start sharing some of your doll collecting firsts. And don't forget to use the hashtag FirstDollsWithMimoa if you want to potentially be featured in that highlight video. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was fun. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you all next time. Bye!